What's up, everybody? It's Goddess Tha Dvyne back for another intuitive Tuesday reading. Today I'll be using my tarot deck. Well, not my tarot deck, the tarot deck that I own. I'll be using the tarot deck, the Moonology deck, and this Super Attractor affirmation deck. Okay, so I pulled 4 tarot cards. The first one was 9 of Pentacles. The second one is the 5 of Cups. The third one is the World card. And the last one is the 10 of Cups. It's a pretty good reading. So let's get into it. The first card is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles, in a general text, the 9 of Pentacles is a great omen the 9 of Pentacles is a great omen to get, as it represents success, independence, confidence, freedom, security, and stability. It is a minor arcana card of abundance, prosperity, and wealth gained through hard work, self-discipline, and control and self-reliance. It's now the time to enjoy it. So indulge in yourself, pamper yourself. The 9 of Pentacles also signifies beauty and grace, elegance, sophistication. So you may find yourself enjoying the finer things in life when it appears. Okay, this card tells you that you have gained maturity and wisdom through your perseverance. Okay, so that's the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, which, I mean, she looks very elegant, very royal, very, for lack of better word, bougie, but not in like not in a bougie, like, oh, I'm better than everybody type way, because she's in a garden. It's almost like I've arrived. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. I've arrived. I've made it, almost as if she's enjoying the fruits of her labor, because behind the person in this card, it's nothing but, I think those are grapes and greenery. And that's beautiful. Yes, grapes, winery, the finer things, wine and dine. The second card we get is the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups, basically it's how many negative emotions can one card represent? Quite a few in the case of the 5 of Cups. So when I was shuffling these cards and meditating on these cards, I was just asking Source for focus. What should be my focus? Because a lot of these readings, even though they're for the collective, I set my own intentions of what I'm asking about in these card readings, because these readings, they're for the collective, because Spirit's like, okay, share this message with the collective, but they start off for me. So when I set the intentions for this intuitive Tuesday reading, I asked God, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting a brain fart. I asked God to send, let me know what I should focus on to reach my highest purpose. Oh my gosh, I could not remember. What should I focus on? What do I need to focus on to achieve my highest focus, there were specific words. It'll come to me. But getting this card, it's the 5 of Cups tarot card can represent sadness, loss, loneliness, and despair. When this card appears, it indicates that you are focusing on the negative. This may be the result of some sort of trauma or overwhelming change you have suffered. As such, this card can signify heartbreak, divorce, or separation. Honestly, when I get this card, it makes me kind of think of Dark Night of the Soul, if you've ever heard of that before. It makes me think of a time where you kind of just go inward, and it can be like negativity, like it's saying how much negative emotions can come to a person, can one card hold. But And I'm not going to shy away from the negative, because negativity is there. You know, that's a part of life. When I get this card, though, it makes me think, it tells me that I need to reevaluate my mindset. I asked God to tell me what I needed to focus on in order to achieve my highest potential. That is what my intentions were. And with this first card, God is letting me know that the hard work that my highest potential has arrived, that I am asking all the right questions and doing all the right things to achieve my highest potential. All those coins, all those 9 coins right there, the finer things in life. This card right here makes me feel like don't give up. Okay? Don't become victim to those negative thoughts, whether you're thinking them, other people are throwing them at you, society is throwing them at you. That's what this card represents for me in this reading. To just reevaluate your mindset. I'm sorry, I know this camera is shaking a lot. It's this table. Let's just take that down. Like I said, I have to reevaluate my thinking. Am I allowing negative thoughts to creep in? Am I subconsciously being like, oh, I can't do it? Just, having subconscious negative self-talk, because your mindset is everything. Everything you want in this life, you can manifest and bring into your life. But if you're constantly or subconsciously thinking negative thoughts about people, about yourself, about your situation, then only negativity is going to be a product of your life. So this card for me represents, check yourself. Do a check-in. How's my thinking? Has it been positive or has it been negative? If it's been negative, what's fueling that negativity? And how can I redirect that negativity into positivity? Oh. The second card is the World card. The World card. The world, in a general context, the World Tarot card signifies having the world at your feet. This can be in a literal sense, as the world is one of the travel cards of the major arcana. It can represent new worlds opening up for you, so you can expect to be welcomed by the people in the countries you travel to. Okay, the world can also mean you will have the world at your feet in another sense, i.e. that you will be successful and the opportunities available to you at the moment are endless. You have gone through trials and tribulations of the rest of the major arcana, and you have endured the hardships and learned your lessons, and now you will reap the rewards. Okay, so these two cards right here go hand in hand. Like you done put in the work. You put in the work, and it's arrived. Okay, your reward has arrived. This is saying, and it's arrived times 1,000. Not only did your little goal get achieved, but your big goal did too. Okay, once you got through the trials and the tribulations, right? You took a step back, did a check-in, a self-check-in. How am I being negative? What is fueling this negativity? And how can I redirect that negativity? Once you redirect it, you're going to have the world. You're going to have nothing to worry about. Okay? 10 of Cups. This is one of my favorite cards. In this general context, the 10 of Cups card is a great card to have in your tarot reading, as it represents true happiness, emotional, and spiritual fulfillment. It tells you that you will be living your happy ever after and can look forward to a domestic bliss. This minor arcana card represents happy families, children, caring, and fun. You should be feeling very happy and secure when it appears in your tarot life. Life should be full of true contentment. This applies to you and your circle of family and friends. Everything you need, you should have in abundance, and you will be feeling truly blessed. If you're like me, you care. You care a lot about if you have kids, your kids. If you care a lot, if you're close to your family or live with your family or deal with them on a daily basis, you care about your family. If you have a close-knit circle of friends and, they've been rocking with you through your ups, your downs for years, for months, for whatever, you care about your friends. And if you're like me, when you come up, they come up, right? If you got it, they got it. That's what this card is saying. All this hard work I didn't put in, material hard work, spiritual hard work, has come full circle and has opened up to a point where I can share with not just me being happy, but my kids and my community. And honestly, that's my highest potential. I feel like my highest potential is me being good and being able to take care of those people that I care about as well. And that's what this reading is saying. This reading is literally telling me to focus on the positive, right? Because the negative is going to creep in. And when it does creep in, take a step back and reevaluate the situation. Continue to do your hard work. Because when you do, you will have the world at your feet, girl. And everybody will reap the benefits. Not just you, everybody in your little circle. Or your big circle. Everybody. Okay? Let's go to these Moonology cards. The first Moonology card is Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way. Ooh, that kind of goes back to this Five of Cups card. That's that spiritual hard work. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Right? Actually, that was the first card. You are good enough. Then the second one was Don't Let Your Pride Get in Your Way. The third one is What do you need to release? Ooh, waxing moon, waning moon. Waning moon, waning moon. Okay, so these cards come with their own definitions or descriptions. Let me get to them real quick because when I bought this deck, it did not come with the book. It just was the deck of cards, and it's like, okay, now that you got the deck of cards, scan this code, and here's the book that comes with the cards. So, with that being said, I have to find them, so bear with me. Okay, we got it up. So this is the full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. What's led you to ask your question? Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far, and drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flashy, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the end of the schedule, at the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly pick this. What is wrong with me today, y'all? I'm sorry. Let me bring it back together and let me start from the beginning. You are good enough. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's leading you to the question. Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far. And drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flashy, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to details. Hard work brings results. Oh, excuse me. Hard work brings results. Find balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. Worrying too much will attract more things to worry about, okay? This full moon in Virgo is time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. It's time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditation, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. This kind of makes this card here makes me think of these two cards. It really does, because it's basically telling us that we are good enough. We are good enough. You are good enough. But what is making you think that you're not? Are you putting too much worry on yourself, too much expectation on yourself? Walk barefoot. Be in nature. Meditate. Get back grounded. Okay? Because all the hard work has already been done. It's already been done. Now it's time to believe and accept it. The second card is Full Moon in Leo. Let me see if y'all can see. I hope the other ones haven't been all blurry and stuff. I'm sorry if they have. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? This one is called Don't Let Your Pride Get in the Way. Is there a question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart, thinking of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of a full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed more love and thoughts for the greater good. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you're not doing as you would be done, if you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, I don't understand. Sorry, these cards I think are written like somebody from like Britain or Europe or wrote these cards, so the way that they're typed are a little different. It's like almost with like a different type of like slang or dialect. So it's, yeah. So what it's saying is, if you've not been doing what you usually been doing lately, this is a time to find a balance between your needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help with all your relationships. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Okay, a friendship may be ending. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. Everyone is equally important. Self-esteem is good. Vanity is not. When the full moon comes into the Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. That's the upside of the lunatation and of this card. However, take note that a Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of the people in your network. Full moon in Leo is the time to release your pride. Okay, this card also ties into this. You know, when it comes to the moon is about emotions. When I think of the moon as in relation to humans, I think of emotions. And basically, I think that this reading, when it comes to emotions, is just telling you, you have to do some shadow work. You need to go in, write in your journal, write these questions down. Are you good enough? What is making you feel like you're not good enough? Is there something that you are being too prideful about? Okay. And what do you need to release? Which brings us to the next card, which is the waning or waning moon. What do you need to release? What do you need to release? The waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or to let go. No matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card, it's a sign that a situation has peaked, or for better or for worse, and it's time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle. So what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from the situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it can still be gently suggesting that you need to let something go and stop trying so hard. It's safe to let go and move on. Move forward with a little resistance as possible. This is not the time to start new projects. Releasing emotional baggage is recommended now. Say sorry to someone, do energetic work such as meditation or yoga, and soon you will see what lies ahead. Okay? The teaching. At this time, the waning cycle takes a moment to look up to the skies every night. At the time of a waning cycle or waning cycle, I don't really know how that's pronounced. Take a moment to look up to the skies every night. You will see the moon growing smaller and smaller as she moves from full to new again. It's the time when things are falling away. It's certainly not the time to cling on to anyone or anything. Drawing this card suggests your situation is in its autumn and winter phase. So hunker down and start the regeneration process. I really feel like, and it's funny how that works. It's really funny, not even funny, but it's beautiful how Source works through these cards, through me, through, other tarot readers, intuitives, empaths. So I have these 3 beautiful, let me see if I hold it this way. I have these 3 beautiful, positive, cheerful, all your hard work is done. You're about to reap the benefits of your money. Or reap the benefits of your work, whether it may come in money form. Okay, it's kind of saying, because with those pentacles, it's saying all the hard work you've been doing on your job, or home, or just maybe a new career goal. Whatever work you've been doing is going to flourish. It's going to pay off. Then this one is saying not only has the material work been paying off, but your spiritual, mental, emotional, okay? The full circle. The money is not just the reward. It's also the world sees you. You're finally being seen. You're finally being heard. You're finally stepping into your light, right? So the world is seeing you. The world is going to be at your feet. At your beck and call, which means you can do anything. You know how we tell kids, or when you were little, they told you could be anything you want if you put your mind to it. That's the world card. That's what the world card is telling us. Now that you have put in your hard work, got your reward, got your bankroll, got your money, got your raise, now the world is really at your feet. Your career can go to the next level upon level upon level. It can go to the next world. And not only are you going to enjoy, but also all your people, your community, your family, your loved ones. So these 3 cards tell a beautiful story, right? But then you have this one card that's just like, even though you're going to get all that, and you get to do all that. And I love how this card comes before the world card. Even though you're going to get everything you deserve and then some, you need some work to do. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, what kind of work? Shadow work, spiritual work. Well, what kind of shadow work? What kind of spiritual work? Do I need to heal? Do I need to release? Do I need to be open? Do I need to be what? What do I need to do? These cards right here, these 3 cards, answered that question. They just answered it. Okay, I need to release. my pride, and my self-limiting beliefs. Look at that. So you can achieve your ultimate potential. Let's go for these affirmation cards. The first one says, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I am aligned in the moment. Okay? When I'm aligned in the moment. It's a beautiful card. When I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. Maybe that's something you need to release. Control. Wanting to have constant control. Okay? Instead of worrying. Maybe that's something you need to release. Worry. Instead of worrying. Okay? Worrying about the future. I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. Maybe you need to release control and be patient, because when you're patient, you let the universe do for you what you cannot do for yourself. I love those cards, and they match in color and everything. I love it. I love the alignment, the confirmation throughout the whole reading. So the overall takeaway from this would be, do the work. Do the work. Okay? Because when you do the physical work, the material work, the money work, it's going to pay off. When you do the physical work, the nutritional work, the healthy work, it's going to pay off. And when you do the mental work, the spiritual work, the shadow work, it's going to pay off. Because everything you deserve is going to come to you. But you got to do that work. That's the key. You got to do that work. You got to put in that work. Stay blessed.